Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vicki, and on this channel we talk about budgeting and everything my life, Vita with Vicky. If you've been a subscriber, you know that I haven't been on here for a very long time. I haven't recorded. And the reason for that was just that I just kind of freaked out when it came to COVID, and I didn't know if I was really bringing value, and therefore I stopped recording. But now I'm back. We've been budgeting this whole time. So with that, I'll just give you a quick synopsis of what's been going on, what has changed, and we'll share our October budget. Where have we been? We've been here, we've been home, we've been sheltering in place, working from home since March, really. What has changed? We are no longer doing cash. We stopped come March. We weren't going anywhere, and so everything we were doing we were doing it electronically, and really, I'm sure like most people, increased our Amazon spend. So we really had no need for cash. We at first were not even going out to eat in restaurants, and while we'll go through a drive-through here and there, we really just don't eat very often. So we cut that budget down. We did cut gas down because we're not driving to work, but we increased our grocery budget ridiculously. Some months I blew it out the water, to be honest. I do still have a dining out budget because, again, like I said, we'll go through a drive-through or order a pizza, but for the most part, it's not what it was like, prior to COVID. I feel like we're all going to say that term, right? Like pre-COVID. So we're not doing cash envelopes, and that's okay. And then there's certain categories that I'm just not funding. And so we were funding like kids miscellaneous or, things that it just didn't make sense. And I'll kind of show that when I go through my budget, but just kind of wanted to lay that out on the onset. And then I did add money to other categories that we didn't have before. So like, for example, Amazon did not have its own category, and a couple others. But like haircuts, we weren't going anywhere for a haircut, so I took that one out. So we're not doing haircuts, we don't have a haircut budget anymore because most of us aren't doing haircuts. And even when we do or have, we just cash flow that. So with that, that's kind of just the introduction to the October budget. I know I'm late. It's been a month and it's only October 8th, but hopefully I will get this video. I promised myself that this was the month. I keep telling myself every month that I'm going to record and post, and I haven't. And so even if it's late, I don't care. I'm really doing this for myself. So with that, let's get on to the budget. Okay, let's go ahead and get October's budget set up. For now, I've just blocked out our income. I used to be more transparent with this, but at this point, I think it's fine. You're seeing the total amount anyway. I am putting in as income our rentals, and what I'm going to do is do a separate video on just the rentals. So I'm just kind of gloss over here, but I am going to do a more in-depth video on the rentals because that is something that I've been asked for on my Instagram channel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my link is down below. I'm at Vita with Vicki. Feel free to follow. I'm there every single day. Okay, so our estimated income, our budgeted income is $15,000. Again, if you haven't been following me or you don't know very much about me, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're in California. It's a high cost of living, but you'll see that we have a lot of debts and bills. Okay, so it gets a little confusing with all the rentals, and that's why I kind of want to take it out and do it separately. And I think for 2021, that's the goal, is to actually have the rentals outside of our family budget. For right now, I include everything, but it does get a little confusing. So for the house that we currently live in, our mortgage is this much. For one of the rentals, I have the mortgage being paid every 2 weeks. The condo used to be paid every 2 weeks. I have to go back to that schedule, but due to COVID, we went to 1 week. We do have an HOA fee at that condo. Childcare went down. This month is 4 weeks, so we'll go ahead and do $1,200 for that, right? It's no, $1,000. Excuse me, $1,000. We're paying my mom $250 a week. Right now, our daughter's not going to regular daycare, but my mom is here helping us. I am going to budget $500 for gas and electric because we're all home and using internet. It's just crazy. Both our waste and our water come out either quarterly or bi-monthly. And so what I do is I just set aside money every month towards that bill. Our internet actually went up to $190 something, so we'll just put a $200 budget. I had to increase the speed because my husband's a teacher, and so he is, on his Google Classroom. My son has started distance learning, and I'm on Zoom all day long, so we just need a higher speed. Okay, we have Vivint, both the alarm service and the devices. And then our cell phones, the gym. The gym actually charged us 90-something cents this month. I thought that was really interesting, but it is what it is. Netflix, Weight Watchers. I'm on Weight Watchers. If you've been following me for a while, you may see that I've lost weight in my face. I've lost over 40 pounds. It's been pretty cool. That's the only great thing about COVID. Let's see. Our gardener for the house, and then State Farm. This encompasses about like 9 different policies. So our total fixed expenses are $6,792. Some of these are, people consider it variable. I just lump it in here. Then we had cash envelopes. So you'll see here, we used to have all these as cash envelopes, and I just stopped. So now even our gardener here at this house, I pay him via Zelle. Our grocery budget did go up. We added, because we're here, we're having breakfast and lunch here as well. So we're doing that. Birthdays, we're just cash flowing. We used to have our classroom budget for Jim so that, when he was teaching, but we obviously don't have that. Haircuts were cash flowing. Our housekeeper we still have, and all the rest were cash flowing. We don't have spending money anymore because we're really not doing much. Our dining out budget went up, went down just a little bit. And then the gas budget, we used to have a $400 to $500 gas budget, so it's down to $100, but obviously some of that went to groceries. Our electronic sinking funds are held in Capital One 360. These, I love sinking funds, and if you've been following me for a while, you know this. I'm actually going to do a separate video on just my sinking fund, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I will go over the setup with you guys in a separate video. But that totals $1,800 there. And then these are the 2 debts that we have. We have my student loans, which has gone down drastically. I'm so excited. And then the HELOC that is the bill. I did give us a category for unexpected expenses, and this is just, we don't have the personal money or the other funds, so I kind of just lumped it up and just put it here. And then we were spending a lot of money on Amazon during COVID, like when it was the height and everything was closed. So I gave us a budget. Actually, it was $300. I brought it down to $200 because in the last couple months, we've pretty much kept it down. And then medical, we have a sinking fund, but I do like to just kind of keep track of this. And then now my son has started school. He's in kinder, and I did not know what to expect. And it seems like every month we're spending about $100. So I just kind of want to keep track so that at the end of the year, I know what to kind of budget for. So that's why that's there. So if this is saying our final balance that we have $4,000 left over, and that I'm just going to leave because I know things are going to shift. This, I used to do a zero-based budget, and right now I'm just leaving buffers, guys. And honestly, whatever's left over at the end of the month, I send it to savings right now. That's what we're doing. And then when everything goes back, then we'll put that towards the student loans. But for right now, we just feel comfortable just, kind of just putting everything into savings. I don't know, that's what feels comfortable for us. So I'm recording this on October 8th because it's just taken me forever. But you'll see that on the 5th, I already did a grocery run. We're spending about $150 a week, so I spent $121 at Costco. This all funnels up to the top. So if you do get my spreadsheet, you'll see that this number here, $121.79, if you come back up here to groceries, you'll see it just automatically populates, and then it lets you know what's remaining. Okay, let's go back down. So then I also tabulate the gas, dining out, unexpected, and Amazon. Those are the categories that I follow, and I will be checking in week over week with you. I think what I've decided, Jim and I have decided that we're going to do those videos together so that you can see his reaction, and it keeps us accountable. And I do a lot of this behind the scenes stuff. I always say I'm the CFO of our family, and I want him to be more of an active role on this channel. And people just genuinely love him on my Instagram when I share him on my stories. While I don't keep track of the medical and the school week over week, I'm just going to get a feeling for it. If I feel like I'm spending week over week on school, then I'll keep track of it to kind of keep in budget. But right now it's just touch and go. And honestly, guys, I've been doing this since 2017, and every month is so different. So we'll see how it works. So that is it. Over here, let me just move this over. Here's my spending tracker so far through the month, and this is what hits our credit card. And honestly, this is what I do. I'm not someone professing to be a Dave Ramsey follower. I definitely used him in the past, but this is what we do. And as soon as it hits this, I will make the payment and pay it off, and I will highlight it in yellow, and you'll see here on a previous month all the things that I've highlighted in yellow, and that's how I know I've already paid it off, and I check it off from my previous budget. So like here, I already made this payment. I actually have to change that filter. So that's it, guys. That is our October budget. If you have any questions, let me know. If this is something that you see that you could get some value out of following someone with living in a high cost of living area with a lot of debt, feel free to follow. Please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below and let me know where you're watching from. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know, did you budget for Halloween? You saw that I didn't. So it's probably going to come out of my unexpected budget, even though I should have created a line item for Halloween. All right, well, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.